What's up, guys? I'm good to be back today on a Thursday. It is finally a nice day outside this week here in Minnesota. And so today I wanted to talk about the top 3 positive and negative things that I've noticed about myself during this quarantine. So maybe you guys can relate. So we'll start with the positive things. So first positive thing that I've noticed about myself is that my hard work before the quarantine in terms of my discipline and my habits that I created have paid off, because I have more of an urge to not allow myself to slack too much on things, and so I've been able to still lead a somewhat productive lifestyle being locked down. I haven't let it get to me too much. I won't really allow it to get to me. I try not to, because I know that as soon as I sit there and I just dwell on those subreddits and those blog posts and those internet articles about the state of the world and everything, and I know that I'll just get into a dark place that I don't need to be. So I try to focus on what I can control in my own life and the things around me, and so that's the first positive thing. I'm glad that my self-training and discipline has paid off. And the second thing is that I've been eating right. This also goes back to the discipline, of the fact that I've been able to, even during these times of uncertainty and, possible depression and, all around, stagnation with things, I haven't allowed myself to really slack that much in terms of my diet. Of course, I eat like a sweet every now and then, but I haven't gained any weight since the quarantine started, so that's a really good sign. I'm of course a little softer, you know what I mean, but I'm not worried about that, because I know that as soon as I get back in the gym when this is all over, I know that I'll be able to get that muscle back fairly quickly. So the third positive thing is that I've been learning new things. I've tried my best to take this time to be as productive as possible, like I said, and one of the things that I'm doing to be productive is learning something whenever I can, whether it be from a simple internet search or from reading a book. I try to learn something new as much as I can, because with this business, this industry that I'm in, I feel like it's the best for you if you can consume and retain as much knowledge as possible about your field. So I try to learn up as much as I can when I can. So the first negative thing, so that was the positive thing, so now we're getting into the negative. So the first negative is it's way harder to sleep and have a good sleeping schedule. I've noticed that when I don't do much of anything all day physically, besides my little cardio exercise or this or that, I noticed that it's really hard for me to go to sleep consistently at a certain time every night and wake up consistently. I don't necessarily know why. I think it's just because my body just hasn't used up enough energy for me to really sleep well. Because when I had my normal schedule, I'd wake up, I'd go to work for like half the day or whatever I did, and then I'd exercise hard. Then I would do something like maybe go out or whatever the case. I'd stay active. I was hardly ever inside, and so I think I've noticed now that with this, this time of being forced to stay inside, that it's very hard for me to get quality rest. So I try my best to sleep well, but I just think it's just one of those things that you just kind of have to adapt to it while you're dealing with it. So the second negative thing that I've noticed, second negative thing that I've noticed about myself. Oh, I've definitely noticed how easy it is for me to slip away from my discipline and from my work ethic if I even allow it a little bit. I've had days for sure, just like everybody else, where I'm just doing nothing. I'm just hanging out and watching TV all day, and it just doesn't feel right, But I'll admit my flaws 100%. I definitely noticed that if I allow myself to slack, I will slack. I'm not at the point yet where it's like I'm so disciplined and rigid that there's no strain. Like I can easily stray if I allow myself to. And then I'd say the third negative thing. Let's see. The third negative thing that I've noticed about myself is probably just like how much I've taken going out for granted. I used to look at these all these bars around us, all these restaurants, all these attractions of any kind around us. I've taken I've taken them for granted a lot, I feel, because those regular Friday nights out with my friends that I used to have all the time, like it was no big deal, man, I'd kill for one of those right now. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm sure a lot of you feel the same way, And so, yeah, I feel like once this is over, I feel like I'm really going to, appreciate those who work in the service industry more, appreciate the service industry more, appreciate things I love like concerts and stuff even more, just gatherings in general, I'll appreciate because, it's crazy how fragile all of this really is. It's gone from being just a regular thing to being taken away like that. And so, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to when I can start, going out again, obviously. So, but yeah, those are the top 3 negative and positive things that I've noticed about myself during lockdown so far. If you guys can, relate to what I'm saying, and if you guys enjoy what I'm talking about, please feel free to leave a like and comment what you think. Tell me how you feel your top 3 and negative and positive things are during the lockdown. I'd love to hear from you guys. But yeah, make sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you never miss an upload. I upload twice a week, so yeah, I will catch you guys next week then. Everybody take care. Stay safe.